Hello, friends and family. I'm live on METV. I'm an agro-business person. I'm an agropreneur, a foodpreneur. My name is Sonny Ajirona Oyoroko. Now, let me tell you what about my philosophy in life, that the secret of your success is hidden in your daily routine. Stay tuned.
Hello, friends. Oh, hope you are catching the vibe. Welcome to this time out with Marcus Okure. Now, today I'm not going to bore you with so much of introduction because you already know my guest, Sonny Ayoroko. You welcome to my program.
Nice meeting you,
Nice to
sir.
meet you.
Thank you, sir.
Man, I've been watching you on social media. You just bubbling, exporting this, exporting that. Now, I hope you brought some things for me.
Sure.
Okay. Very quickly, Sonny, you are a man of many parts today. It's quite obvious. Can you tell us about what you do?
Okay, what I do is I'm into agro-business. I'm into production. I'm into processing. I'm also into exportation of some agricultural produce like the fish, the snail, periwinkle, and other spices. For now, this is what I do for now at the very moment. We export both local and international standard at the very moment, and the journey has been awesome. It's been sweet, but we thank God.
Wow. Okay. Let me bring you back a little. Is it that you studied this in the university? What did you read in school?
Okay, I studied animal science and fisheries
Okay.
from Enugu State University of Science and Technology, Agbani. I graduated the year 2008, and after which I went to the north, Nasarawa State, which is part of the Middle Belt, for my NYC. And from there, I decided to stay back because the north is usually the home base agro-business in this country. So I decided to improve on my skills, to learn, and even in that process, I became a facilitator to NYC for about 5, 6 years plus. So I decided to come back and I'll have a brand, my personal brand of processing, marketing, and packaging.
Okay. What actually influenced you? Like you just said, you got your training in the north. So what brought about the choice of coming back home? Is it because they say charity begins at home?
Actually, I've learned a lot in the north, and so when you talk about agro business, there are some environments you need for some production.
Okay.
So I discovered that moving down here, looking at the snail, they're looking at the fish, just of water availability and the rest. So I decided to come back here to start up a production, and I look at it that a lot of people are into production. So how do I break into the circle when I came back to Delta State? I have to go into processing and package because almost everybody are producing. We have few processors, so I decided to to streamline and to follow that line of processing and package. And not only that, I look at the exports. How do I believe people need all these things at the time. So I started from the internet, sourcing for people who need this product. Though it wasn't easy, but gradually, and before we started doing that. And not only that, I discovered that most people were focusing on fish, on veggies like granules and the rest. I said, no, we have these snails. This is what most people still consume. Okay, let me look at this area. Initially, I started from here, from Ughelli to Lagos. Now, from Lagos now to Dubai, to UK, to US. So we are still climbing gradually because I discovered a lot of people like these things. So how do I come in? I have to go into processing. The when I started the journey, it was quite fun. I remember a friend told me that, ah, if I want to eat snake, I can go to the market now. And I said, look, I am not doing this thing because of you. I'm looking beyond my environment.
Great.
Because there's somebody out there that needs this product. So I will always find a way to send it from Delta State down to UK or US. And that has been the journey so far.
Wow. That's interesting. For those who are just joining us, we are still, in the session one-on-one with Marcus Ikure. And the guest we have here today is not other person but Sonny Ayoroko, the agropreneur, and in fact, the foodpreneur, live with us today. Now, Sonny, a lot of people watching you out there, I want you to inspire them with your story. Were you born with silver spoon? Did you hail from a very wealthy family or wealthy background? And
Uh,
has this any significance to your journey of life so far?
Oh, first of all, I came from an average family.
Okay.
That was not, my parents were not too poor or
Okay.
not too rich. And as I speak to you, I'm from a polygamous home.
Polygamous family.
Polygamous home.
Wow.
But I got to realize in life that I will never allow my family background to make my back touch the ground. So I want to break the codes. I remember my dad is a civil servant. He believes, leaving the school, get a civil service job. But I told myself, I want to break that mentality of civil service job, casually go into business.
Wow.
Studying agro or studying animal science or fishery, there's an aspect called the agro business. And the business, anybody can venture into it.
Really?
If you know what you want to do. So that is how I started this whole story.
Wow.
This whole journey.
Okay. Did you really get any support from your family, your father? Because you said you came from an average family. Now, doing all this, or at the beginning, did you actually get any support from your family?
Yes, the truth is this. I tell my friends that people will see your determination and consistency before you get support.
Okay.
Nobody support anybody. They want to see your passion for what you want to do. The passion. Yes, I had the support. Though the support is not really enough for me to go, but man, I have to keep growing because one thing, I've been an independent person.
Okay.
I remember when I was in school, I can stay in the school for about 10, 11 months without coming home. Even while I was in a suit, I was doing business. Most of my colleagues didn't know.
Oh, you also schooled in
Yes,
East?
I schooled in East. I schooled in Enugu State University of Science and Technology.
And what course did you study
I
there?
studied animal science and fishery management.
Wow.
And while I was in the school, I was supplying grass cutter from Songhai to a hotel.
Please, sorry, where is Songhai?
Songhai, we have Songhai Delta in Amukbe, in Delta State.
Okay. So you were coming all the way from Enugu State
I'm telling
to
you,
Songhai,
yes,
as a student.
as a student.
Wow.
I did it twice. Then I also did my IT day. After my IT, my eyes opened to more opportunities. Even at the time, I was even doing, I was sending snails from here. That was not as fun because I had people that needed this. So it wasn't more, maybe 50, 100.
Okay.
Even when I think I remember my project, my project course was even on snaring. And where I stayed, the youth in that environment, they all started going to snare farm because they were studying what I was doing.
Wow.
And they were, so I believe you right now, there are one or two people who are still doing snails at Agbani there. So the whole thing is that when I was in my final year, I told myself that I can't study agriculture and be unemployed. No, there are a lot of things you can do from your start. Sir, let me shock you. When I went for my service, the house my employer gave to me,
Yeah.
I used the kitchen to raise 100 birds
Wow.
to 3 weeks and sell to someone who is selling feeds. That's what I did. So the first 3 weeks, I was buying food, but I was brooding birds from the kitchen.
Now, from your storyline, Sonny, it's quite obvious, just like the picnic advert that is in you. So, meaning agriculture actually runs in your veins.
Yes.
From your storyline. Now, has there been any challenge so far?
Yes, they have the challenge.
Okay.
They have the challenge. One, let's start from the government policies.
Okay.
The policies are not really favoring the agripreneurs.
Okay. What aspect of the policy exactly are you talking about?
Pricing of inputs.
Okay.
Inputs are currently very high right now in the market. Two, funding.
Okay.
What is called that those who are so committed, who are so passionate about this business are not being given the financial support. And that is a big problem because if the state government down to local government sort out every youth that is so committed in their little way, I believe unemployment will reduce to a particular level. So the funding has not been there. So what do? We keep moving. And what has helped me, I've been privileged to work in so many farms. Okay. So I'm now using my experience to generate funds to grow my own business. Wow. And that is why I'm also into consulting services. Okay. That's the way I can generate funds and keep moving. Okay. Yes, sir.
So apart from, you just made mention of government policy, you talked about inputs, the cost of inputs being on the increase. you talked about also the issue of funding.
Yeah.
How do you think government can actually come in aspect of funding?
Now, the government can come in through one, cooperatives,
Okay.
farmers cooperative loans. Now, there are a lot of farmers cooperative, yet there are still no funding.
Okay.
Now, for those, okay, if you're into fish farming, let's have a fish farmers cooperative. But yet, the funding will not still come. You will go to the cooperative banks, they will ask you to open an account, run for some time, you will still get the funding. And sometimes, if the funding comes, it will come late when the farming season of that particular crop has passed.
Okay.
So you can see that these are the problems we're having. But if things can be done rightly, give the adequate funding, create a market, which means the government, which means every youth can produce, the government can buy from them.
Okay.
And that's the only way the youth can stay in the business, keep producing,
Okay.
while the government buy these things.
Okay, I think I get your point now. That's from one part you talk
Yes.
about funding
Yes.
and input.
Yes.
Then from the other part, government should be able to create a marketing environment
Exactly.
for these products to get purchased
Yes.
by the market while you do the production. Okay. At this point, I think for those who are watching us, a lot of persons will be interested in knowing, because we've been talking about different kind of farming. We also talked about the challenge of capital. Okay. Now, for the young guy or young girl watching us out there who is interested in going into agriculture, which area of farming or agriculture would you really advise that with small amount of money, you can actually go into such?
Okay, agro-business is wide,
Okay.
and there's enough space, and anybody can fit in. Now, let me tell you, we have production,
Okay.
we have processing,
Okay.
we have marketing, we have logistics,
Okay.
and so many places. So now, in all this I just listed now, logistics and processing has a very big hole that needs more people. Now we have a lot of, now in no distance time now, you discover that the tomatoes now we go in, we go bad because there's much from the farm,
Yes.
there are less buyers. In few weeks they'll go back. Nobody is processing.
So, excuse me, Mr. Sonny, please, I want you to throw a little more light on when you talk about logistics, for the purpose of those watching this
Okay,
program.
when I was talking about logistics now, we don't have transport lines that carry agricultural produce from one state to another.
Okay.
I've been saying for some that if we can have someone who can invest in logistics, that is, let's say this transport line, they carry all agro produce from Ughelli to Lagos.
Okay.
You discover that there will be peace and things will go on way. They're trying to go look for any of these other services you give them. Sometimes the receiver won't get the product on time. Logistics is a problem.
Okay, I get
If you can get that logistics, if someone can invest in it, it's a good way to generate
okay,
income.
okay, but I'm looking at a scenario. Okay, I just wrote a book on business without capital. Okay, so the young guy or girl out there watching this program who doesn't have the huge amount of money to invest, what area of farming can they easily go into with their small capital or with little or nothing?
Okay, now, if they have little space in wherever they are staying,
Okay.
farming has been made easy. Now, you can actually plant your pepper, your tomatoes, your ugu in sacks.
In sacks.
In sacks.
Okay.
Beside your compound.
Okay.
You can do all that.
For those who have compounds.
Yes, for those who have compound.
Okay.
Now, there are people that actually have lands that you can meet them as, okay, I want to lease your land to do some planting. You're able to go into okra, pepper that takes few months, cucumber,
Okay.
and you could do all that. Now, I keep telling you that even though you don't have capital, you can still get involved.
Okay, how do you get involved
now,
when you don't have capital?
Now, this is now what we call the digital marketing.
Okay.
You can actually market product online.
Okay.
And how do you do that?
Products that you are not the one producing.
Yes.
It. Okay.
Let's say, for instance, now, you can meet me now. Let me use myself as a case study.
Okay.
I uploaded your produce on my page and somebody need it.
Okay.
Let's say the product is going for 2,000 naira. Yeah. That's okay. You market it, right? I can give you at 1.7.
Okay.
So maybe for everybody that comes to you get your 300 naira. In as far it does not affect my production cost and my profit.
Yes.
You can do that from the comfort of your phone in your room, while you pick the items and deliver.
Okay.
And that has been the secret of some youth splendidly who are marketing products right now without them having or knowing how to produce things. You just market it and they get their money.
Okay, now talking about production, some of these young guys out there are already into one form of farming. I think fish farming is the most popular amongst them. Okay,
Yes.
now is there really profit in snail farming? Because you are a professional, you are an expert in snail farming. Is there enough profit margin for those who are intending to go into snail business? And what's your advice for them? How do you think they should go about that?
Okay, using snail farming as a case study,
Yes,
snail farming is one sector that needs a lot of patience
patience,
because it's a slow growing
business.
animal.
Okay,
Now, I would tell people if you cannot produce or raise snail, please go into marketing. Buy from the farmer that has produced them to a marketable size
okay,
and go and resell.
okay,
Now, you can add, there's what we call value addition.
okay,
You can buy these snails, source, supply.
okay.
You can buy, dress, supply to eateries. You can dry, process, package, and supply.
Okay.
So everybody must not know, but not find themselves in production.
Okay.
You can actually buy this product. Okay, that is why we have a lot of value chains right now.
You said that.
So when it comes to fish, fish have different categories.
Yes.
I was privileged to meet a millionaire farmer today in this Ugele South local government. When I got there, he said he generates much money from fingerlings production.
Just fingerlings?
Yes.
It doesn't grow to table size?
It grows table size, but he said he never bring out money from his pocket.
I think you should be looking at the camera at this point because a lot of people, they want to see your face.
Because he said he doesn't bring money from his pocket to pay the workers. The salary comes from the fingerlings produced. He will stock some and sell. From there, he used it to service the farm, which is paying the workers and the rest. Now, everybody are going to production, maybe table said, no, go and learn how to hatch your fish. There's money there. Wow. Once you have a little space, good water, you are good to go. Then if you're raising this fish to table size, you can dry. You can dry your fish and package them. You must not wait for the buyers. No, that's why any current farmer now should know what is called value addition. When they're going to process these things and dry them. You are into poultry, dress your birds in frozen states, and you sell. Because right now, the world now needs things in a very easy form now. Nobody wants to be buying things, you go to how you start, debaking. No, people want things already dressed. And that is what we are. So everyone is now on the fast lane. So you should be able to flow with what people want and what they need.
Okay. Now, Sonny, it's been an interesting and awesome time with you, no doubt. Just before we go, I want to ask you this. At what point would you really say you got your big bang in this business?
Wow, big bang.
That's if you've had your bang.
Yes, I've had a bang, but not the very big bang. Yes. Yes, I have my my big bang late 2020.
Okay.
After the incident I had, when I had an accident late 2018, when I slowed down, when a major deal to supply about 1,000 frozen snails to Lagos, from Lagos to Dubai.
Okay.
I had it twice. That was a big
bang for you.
Bang for me at that level. Because it came once and it came much.
Wow. That's good. Now, you are into export at the moment. You are exporting. You have a lot of customers outside the shores of this country. How's that particular experience been for you?
Okay. Presently, first of all, I want to give God the glory for that level.
Okay.
What I do right now, I ship this product based on request for some Nigerians, some Deltans. I process and I ship. But one thing I'm really working towards now is to have a deal with one of the African stores there where you can produce large quantity, ship to them. Then when they are done with their sales, they could refund back your funds. So this requires partnerships, this requires trust, because you have to have that open mind. You who is producing and who is receiving, so that you can get these things, send them abroad, get your money back, and you be in
Okay,
business.
Sonny, there are a lot of intervention agencies, by the government. Today, you talk of things like BOI, that's the Bank of Industry. You have Nezim Bank and other banks who are out there to support, some of these kind of things you are doing, especially for those of you who are already looking at the export direction. Have you in any way gotten in touch with them? Have you gained any benefits or advantage from any of these intervention agencies?
Okay, I was privileged to get a loan from Nisra Bank. Yes,
Nezim Bank.
Nisra, that's a Nigeria. Yeah. What that thing again? We still need more
No, have you
to
been able
grow.
to pay that which you took?
Yes,
You
I've
paid.
paid.
You
I've
paid
paid.
in good
Yes,
time.
I've paid without stress.
Okay, but I think at the point of payment, as in at the point you've finished doing that payment, there should be some kind of windows for you to get bigger loans.
Yes,
Did you explore that?
we explore that. They ask for particular document, record, which we do. So we're just waiting. It's okay that when the things are still in process, but one thing, we can't just wait. We have to make use of the little we have to keep growing till eventually when things become good.
Okay, now, son. So please, can you, as an head note, what do you have as advice to the youth and audience watching this program?
Okay, to my youth, there are a lot of opportunity in agribusiness. You don't need much money to start. You can even market products that you don't even have, and you will still make money from them if you have a good relationship with the producer. Then to my politicians, please, please invest in your youth. My friend in Taraba has over 3,000 layers farm now through the help of the state government there. And he told me that the money are coming to South South, but the politicians are the one hijacking them. Please help the youth. They are tired of sa sa sa. The only way a nation can grow is when you invest in the youth. Please, I have a friend also who had access to 10 million naira through Bukola Sariki when he was the senior president. He's from Kogi State, while Bukola is from Ilorin, Kwara State. Please invest so that the SASA will reduce and they have a role to equally build up other ones that are coming. That is my advice.
Thank you very much. You've heard it so clear coming to you directly from Sonny Ayoroko. Now, my advice to you is that, so much I've been inspired by the story of Sonny Ayoroko. But I want to say this just before we wrap it up, that our politicians really need to wake up. Yes, I've been talking about generalized individualism. Now, this money is not even your private money. It's sheer wickedness for you to get constituency allowances, and all you can do with the money is to empower non-living things. That is why we are backward as a people. It's time for us to start empowering living things. The youth of a nation are the trustees of posterity. And let me say this. In the history of development, that's micro, small, and medium-scale enterprise remains the major hub, the fulcrum upon which economy thrive in every nation. So we have to give priority attention to micro, small, and medium-scale enterprises. If Nigeria must have a slot in the Committee of Nations, that is the gospel truth. And our politicians, we have great roles to play. Our youth, we have great roles to also play. Do you take delight? Do you really find it very funny? At age 45, age 50, age 38, you are still running after one politician leader. When he starts taking your car, you feel like dying because you have no value. So you cannot divorce economic empowerment from political freedom. If you must talk about political freedom, then you have to be economically empowered. So we don't have to look far. He has told us with small amount of money, you can actually have your own farm. You can build your own empire. And some who do not even have the fund, there are a whole lot of process in the value chain that you can actually take to and also make money for yourself. I believe you've learned so much. Now, I'm still Marcus Ekure, your friend, reaching you from MPTV. Kindly subscribe to our channel and encourage your friends to do so. But do not fail to share it always. Thank you very much. Keep flying and stay on top till we meet in our next broadcast. He's saying bye for now. I believe you've learned so much from this time out with Marcus Ikure today. If you've done so, kindly subscribe to my channel and encourage your friends to do so. This is saying to you, bye for now.